Chevrolet September Closeout, featuring up to 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs, new 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes, new 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September Closeout, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. Chevy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong community doesn't happen.
Good evening and welcome to Southeast Polk High School as we get ready to bring you homecoming night here and the opening of district football matchups in Class 4A. Dar Danielson along with Joe Danielson and Joe, two teams coming in here. Southeast Polk coming in at 1-3, Fort Dodge at 3-1, but a little bit different path here. Southeast Polk has played Valley, Waukee, and Iowa City West, and then got their first victory against Des Moines East. And for Fort Dodge, they beat Mason City, Ames, lost to Indianola, and then beat Carroll, a team of lower class. So a little bit different schedule here for these two teams tonight. Might be the first challenge of Fort Dodge against, a little beefier team tonight, I would say.
Yep, and Southeast Polk got off to a slow start this season, losing a couple of close games in the beginning against Valley, Waukee, and Iowa City West. And then they finally got on track with the win last week against Des Moines East, and they're going to look at yards. And then, but when you compare that to the rushing stats, Southeast Polk has 2 touchdowns of over 70 yards, whereas Fort Dodge's longest rushing touchdown is only 16. So a stark contrast here from what both teams offense.
And
obviously,
Fort Dodge, you know what Southeast Polk is going to do. They're going to line up and run it at you, and you
touchdowns passing. Bell 5, and we looked at Clayton also with a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, and you look at Kershaw 620. That always adds a few extra things to the agenda for the ball game coming in, and also maybe a little more, incentive to. You always want to win your homecoming matchup.
Right, and this is a pretty big game for Southeast Polk. It's a district opener, sitting at 1-3. They don't want to look ahead to Ankeny Centennial next week, as we mentioned. Coming off that momentum after their first win of the season last week, tonight's a big game for them on homecoming to get 2 in a row.
Then when we look at the RPI, that'll determine the team that doesn't win the district can still get in based on the RPI. You look at it, Fort Dodge is 5th there behind Centennial, Cedar Falls, Indianola. And good. One thing is, if you get ahead of an offense like this, high-scoring offense, sometimes that's better. It puts a little more pressure on them, isn't it?
Yep, if you can run the ball, if you can get a lead, that means they can slow the game down and run the ball and keep that passing offense on the sidelines for Southeast Polk. That's more of what their style is, a grinded-out style with play-action passes leading to big plays down the field.
So are we on? So we're set to kick it off here. Williams back deep to receive for Southeast Polk.
Mason Fairchild, the kicker, setting up here to send it deep for the Fort Dodge Dodgers.
No, Mason Fairchild's back deep to receive, right?
Oh, yep.
Yep.
It'll be
And
Ben
here we
Nebel.
go. Yep. Here's the boot. And goes over the head of Fairchild into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Southeast Polk. And they'll bring it out. Josiah Cole, the quarterback. Gavin Williams, the running back. Left tackle, Josiah Rowland. Left guard, Jack Welty. The center is Aaron Martinez. Right guard, Gabe Hassman. Right tackle, Luke Stevenson. The tight end, Jace Christensen. The receivers, Dylan Travis and Jackson Snyder. And here's Josiah Cole under center. Hands off to Williams, looking for room over the right side, and scoots ahead for about 4 on the pickup. And second and 6 for Southeast Polk. They send Snyder wide to the right and Travis wide to the left. I backfield, man in motion comes across, sets up, tight end, and off to Williams. Williams hesitates, gets through the hole, he's up close, and he's going to fall forward for the first down. And just like we talked about, Joe, easy straight ahead running there.
Yep, and there's that 5-yard a gain average, 2 running plays, and gets the first down.
So here's Cole. This time under center. Straight handoff to Williams. Cuts through. Still going. Breaks outside up to the 48-yard line. And good patient straight ahead running by Williams time.
Yep, broke through 2 Dodger defenders before he was brought down by Anthony Wagner.
They took it at their own 20. And on their first drive. Back to the shotgun for Cole. Hands off to the receiver coming across, and he wins his way up there. Number 11, Isaiah Wagner.
Isaiah Wagner on the carry.
Takes it.
Just inside the Dodger 45-yard line.
And gets it up to the 45. So they mixed it up a little bit that time.
Yep, and that's Wagner's 5th carry of the season, so it's a little bit of a seldom used play there, reaching into the playbook against Fort Dodge, a team that hasn't probably seen a lot of Southeast Polk.
Here goes Christensen to the right side, handoff, and right up the middle, across for a first down, down to the 41. Goes Williams. And everything on the ground right now.
Gavin Williams carries for the first down.
Yep, no hurry here from Southeast Polk. Just a little bit of hard-nosed, run-it-up-the-middle football.
So 1st and 10 at the Dodger 41, into Dodger territory now. This time they'll split Williams out to the left there, with giving them double receivers out there. And then handoff up the middle to James Simon.
Carry. Tackled by Carson Spiker.
And gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Ball at the Dodger 37. For Southeast Polk, their opening drive here. Marched it right down the field, all on the ground so far.
Yep, nothing too tricky.
Josiah Cole hands off to Williams, left side, stutter steps and then plows ahead and takes a couple of tacklers with him all the way down to, what is it, 27-yard line. They're going to mark it, another first down.
And as I was saying there before they ran that Gavin Williams up the middle again, nothing too tricky here from Southeast Polk. Just, again, power running up the middle.
Just in behind those big offensive linemen, Roland Welty, Martinez, Haspin, Stevenson, and Christensen, the tight end there. Now they'll send Wagner wide to the left. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Now the tight end will flip over. Go in the slot there. And hand off to Williams. A little penetration there. He spins out of it. And that time, they got good penetration, Joe. That's what you got to do to stop Williams, is get into the backfield before he can get up momentum.
Yep, Ryler Nelson there for the Fort Dodge. One of their second leading tackler on the team was able to wrap up Williams and keep him in the backfield. That'll bring up 3rd and 12 for this Southeast Polk offense.
2nd and 12.
Oh, 2nd and 12.
Yep. 2nd and 12 at the 29 of Fort Dodge. Flip that tight end over in that slot again. Now here's the first pass that goes out high over the head of Dylan Travis, the intended target out there. So that brings up 3rd and long. I would have maybe tried to run it again. You get,
Yep, but
maybe pick up half of it and then pass on 3rd, but now you got 3rd and long.
This is the down that the Fort Dodge defense was waiting for here, as they've given up a lot of yards on the ground, but a little bit of cushion here. And they just don't want to give up a big pass play as Southeast Polk comes out with a couple receivers out wide.
Cole in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion, hands it off inside to Wagner. Wagner trying to turn the corner, and he's going to get knocked down before he can get there. So only will pick up a couple yards. So we'll see what they decide here. They picked up the 2-yard loss. They're down to 4th and 10, and looks like they're going to stay with it there. That would be about a 49-yard field goal from right there. So it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Cole with Gavin Williams in there. Scott Bell, the up back. Fake to Williams, rolls out, looks back across the field, has a man, tiptoes the sideline. Did he get enough? I don't think so. Nope, he's going to be down. Or did he? Yes, he did. Okay, he got down enough. I was trying to see where he marked it. He got it down to the 15. They needed to get to the 18, but he tiptoed that sideline and got the first down.
Yep, Jace Christensen there, the big 6'3" tight end.
Makes the catch, the first completed pass here. And penalty flag flies. False start on Southeast Polk.
Yep, they'll get Luke Stevenson.
That's the first penalty of the game. And here comes Southeast Polk. First and 15. Handoff. Williams up the middle, working down and inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Good pickup.
That's one thing that doesn't show up on the stat sheet there is the yards after contact for Williams. You got to think he's already got a big chunk of those yards after contact.
And you like a nice 11-yard pickup on first and 15 because that gives you a lot more options now. It's 2nd and 4 here for Southeast Polk. Move the tight end to the other side of the formation. Hand off to Williams. Cuts it to the right and is down close, and it'll be stopped about the 2-yard line. But it'll be 1st and goal now as he picks up the first down. And 1st and goal for Southeast Polk. 5:42 to play here. First quarter. They've chewed up a lot of this first quarter in this drive, Joe, and looking to complete an 80-yard drive. And I got a feeling number 21 might see the ball here. And there it is. Handoff. Williams stops, stutters, dives toward the end zone. Is he in? No, they're going to say he's just short.
This is exactly the drive that Southeast Polk wanted to come out and have. We kind of talked about keeping that fast tempo offense on the sidelines and to really run off a large majority of the first quarter here. It's only going to be one possession for each team in this first quarter.
So 2nd down, a bunch tight formation at the goal line, and Cole will sneak it. And where's the signal? No arms up yet. Now there are. Touchdown. Southeast Polk. Cole sneak from 1 yard out.
And that'll be Josiah Cole's 6th rushing touchdown of this season.
With 4:53 to play here in the first quarter, Southeast Polk takes the lead, and now they set up that wide formation on the kick, and they'll move in. And there's a flag down. I'm going to say offside on Fort Dodge.
Defense, number 40, half the distance, repeat the try.
Boy, did they kick that? Did they get that kick off before the encroachment? Or
No, they lined up wide and then came over, see, and you got to think Fort Dodge watched that. They do how, they set up wide and then move everybody back in, so they're going to set it. Gives a little more
well, right there, they
room
got
there for the kicker, Logan Sunvold. There's the snap, and the boot is good. That makes it 7-0 Southeast Polk with 4:53 to play here in the first quarter. And now Southeast Polk will kick, and Joe, they go 80 yards. And just exactly, win the toss, we'll take the ball, we'll just drive it right down. And so now it's a matter of how will Fort Dodge respond to this.
Yep, for Southeast Polk, that was about their best scenario on the first drive of the game. And you got to think that's one of their better first drives of this season. That's exactly what they wanted to do, get the ball rolling on the ground, get Gavin Williams growing, and eat up a lot of that clock to keep the Fort Dodge offense on the sideline.
And they only threw, I think, 2 passes, but the big one was on that 4th down where they picked up the first down and kept the drive alive. So 1 of 2 passing, but they caught it when it mattered.
Yep, and that's another thing there. You run the ball so much, the defense gets ready for it, and that leaves the tight end open on the outside. And that was a 4th down completion also.
Sunvold will kick it off here. And a squibber on the ground, picked up short, up to the 35 and hammered, and then brought down. Dason Clayton looks like. And wow, he got popped as he came up. Hackbarth on the tackle. So Drake Miller will bring him out here, trailing now 7-0. We'll see what this high-powered Fort Dodge offense does. Jace Peterson out wide here to the right, trips to the left, dropping back, looking, wings it out there to the short man, and they pop it loose. They're going to say no catch. It's going to be an incomplete. And a nice hello there to Fort Dodge, Joe.
And that's the right call there. It was the wide receiver never had possession of that pass. As soon as it got into his hands, he was hit and lost it.
So now they'll split 2 receivers to each side. Looks like Southeast Polk coming up in tight coverage on him. Man-to-man with safety help in the back for Drake Miller.
Yep, only 2 linebackers there for Southeast Polk.
Since Potrat's in motion, then they hand it off and cutting up to the line and across to the 49-yard line. Dason Clayton on the draw, and that fooled everybody. Is not expecting that, and he picks up the first down.
Dason Clayton, the sophomore, has had a good year rushing the ball despite the pass-happy offense, 465 yards.
So this time trips here to the bottom of your screen, and 1 receiver wide to the left. That's Tyson Kershaw out there to the left side for Drake Miller. Miller fakes the handoff, rolls, and then throws it late and almost picked off over there, but
well, I'm surprised he got that ball out of there.
Yeah, it looked like they were.
Carter Olson, the linebacker for the Rams, was riding him all the way to the ground, and
he somehow threw it as he was going down. I was waiting. All of a sudden, the ball comes flying out of there. So trips now to the right. Dason Clayton, their back, single back there. And he'll hand it off to him coming back on the draw again. And this time they're ready for that as he gets back to the line of scrimmage and knocked down. So already maybe forcing Fort Dodge to do a little bit what they don't do normally is run a little bit, Joe.
Well, yeah, and we have looked at it, though. Dason Clayton with 85 rush attempts on the year. You know, that's more carries than Gavin Williams has. But, of course, with the speed that they play at,
they get more plays, When they have 140 passes, you can see. Dropping back, looking, wings it out to the left, has a man caught out there for the first down.
Tyler Schreier, the 5'10 slot receiver there.
And that's a first down. Well, they could strike quick, can't they?
Yep, and we talked about tempo. It can either help Fort Dodge or it can benefit the Rams if they can hold Fort Dodge on defense.
Well, Drake Miller brings them up. 1st and 10 now into Southeast Polk territory, trying to answer the score. Lefty drops back, looks up, throws it out wide. Potrat's had a shot at it, but it goes over through his hands. Incomplete. I'm impressed with Drake Miller and his arm strength. You can see why they go to the pass so much. He can get it down the field and he can get it to the outside too, can't he?
Yep, long side of the field, and he had no hesitation there to throw it to the sideline.
Peterson and Potrat's to this side. 2 receivers to the other side here. That's Clayton in there with the quarterback. They hand off to him. Looked like a fake. It was a great fake, and he kept it that time and picks up 9 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 1. So mixing it up here, Joe.
Yep, and you see here with the substitutions for Southeast Polk, Fort Dodge gets their play in so fast that the subs have to run in and out at top speed.
Now they'll stop. Drake Miller will look to the sideline to get the play. Twin receivers each side again. He'll drop back now. And turns quickly, swings it out there to the left side and just off the hands. And a little hot to handle there for Tyson Kershaw. But that's a quick out and going, so 4th and 2 here for Fort Dodge at the Southeast Polk, 37? They look to the left side. Key down here for Southeast Polk if they can hold them. And Miller drops back, play clock to 7. And hands off, and sliding through, finding a hole is Dason Clayton for the first down. He's got a few of his moves of his own there, doesn't he, Joe?
Yep, and that delayed handoff is ran well by Drake Miller with the fake throwing action there to hand it up to him right up the middle.
1st and 10 at the 25 here. 2:14 and counting in the first quarter. Fort Dodge trying to answer the opening drive score by Southeast Polk. Miller. High snap, hands it off, and this time the meat of the defense is right in there to get on Clayton.
First met by Brady Lyons back there in the backfield, and then met by the rest of his defensive
cohorts. Yeah, he slowed him up and everybody else joined the party. So 2nd and 13 at the 28-yard line. Send the receiver in motion across the formation and then wing it out to him behind, and they're going to fall on that. Is that – well, they're going to say it was a forward pass. There was a question, too. If that was lateral, then the defender could jump on that.
Yep, and I know that ball came out quick, but that's the 3rd drop of this opening drive for Fort Dodge.
So 3rd down and 13 for Fort Dodge. Potrat's in motion across. Now he cuts it up. Wings it to him, and he turns and just catches it at the line to gain there. And it's going to be a first down.
Why,
that was a nifty play. He went in motion and then went right up the field. It turned, and it was in his belly as he turned around.
Yep, and the quarterback there, Drake Miller, threw a rocket right through the middle.
Well, they're going to mark it. Well, they're going to measure it, I guess. It's right on the line there. And they're going to measure it to see if he got the first down. And it is. Not by much. Probably the quarter of a football or so there. They get the first down. So the Dodgers.
Yep, the nose of the football.
1st and 10 at the 15. For Fort Dodge. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Wings it out to the left, juggles it, cuts it up, and then is brought down after a short gain there. Tyson Kershaw. And he's had a little trouble handling that fastball because Miller is, man, he's firing it out there, and he dropped one over there, but he did catch this one after the juggle and picks up about 3 yards on the play. So it brings up 2nd down. Down the line, they hand off. Late handoff, but that time the Southeast Polk defense is right there to smother it. And Turner Olson in there on the tackle for Southeast Polk. They lose 1, so it brings up 3rd and 10. Dropping back, looking, wings it out to the end zone, to the corner. Battle for it, knocked down. Into double coverage, but you said, Joe, those tall receivers, they had a shot at it.
Yeah, Nick Bice at 6'2", the 6'2" sophomore out there, had a good chance to catch that ball even though he was double covered.
So bring up a 4th down. And it looks like they might try a field goal here. Nebel will come in to try the field goal. .33-yard attempt. Snap is down. The kick is up. And good. So Fort Dodge on the board with a 33-yard field goal.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter as the time expires as that ball was in the air.
So 7-3 after 1 here at Southeast Polk. And, well, Fort Dodge answered, Joe. They didn't get quite what they wanted, a touchdown to match it, but at least they got points on the board.
Yep, and we saw that converting 2 4th downs on that first drive, despite the 4 dropped passes from their wide receivers. Still, nonetheless, a good overall opening drive from Drake Miller and company.
So, I guess you go back to the same formula again here where Southeast Polk will take it and try to just run down the field and grind out the clock. And so 7-3 now with the field goal. And we'll flip sides of the fields and they'll kick it off to Southeast Polk. Nebel, who kicked the field goal, will boot it deep.
And that was Nebel's second field goal of the year, longest.
And this one is a hot hopper there, taken by Scott Bell. The running back up front there, so a good starting field position here for Southeast Polk up to the 29. So Josiah Cole will bring out Southeast Polk for their second possession this time.
And I think we're going to see more of the same here, as that we saw that probably what was one of the longest drives of the season for Southeast Polk on their first possession. Here they come out in their second possession again with Williams in the backfield.
1st and 10 at the 29. Fake to Williams. Looking deep there. Now decides Cole will keep it himself. Cuts it upfield and some nifty running there and picks up some yardage. He was looking downfield to Dylan Travis all the way, the single receiver out there, Joe, and he was well covered.
Yep, a smart play to not force that ball in there and just tuck it and run. Josiah Cole's a good runner, the second leading rusher on the team, and he's leading the team in touchdowns.
So he gets it up to the 27, a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2 here for Southeast Polk. They drove it down 80 yards and scored on the opening possession. Then Fort Dodge came right back, and there's a handoff and sliding through for the first down.
It's Zach Strickland.
Yeah, Strickland. I was trying to pick up the number there.
And he's listed as a linebacker here on the depth chart. Number 25. Getting in there to give Gavin Williams a bit of a blow.
That helps, and we got the lights turned on so I can see my see the paper here. Oh, here's Cole now in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion, gives us the jet sweep. He's trying to turn the corner, and Fort Dodge cuts him down behind the line of scrimmage there. Jay Combs had no room to get through there, Joe.
Yep, good pursuit from the Dodger defense, and he was met by Azon
Potrats.
Yep, there he is.
57.
Potrats, all right.
57 degrees out here. Going to be coolest, and got some breeze coming out of the north there. And So now 2nd and long here. We'll call it, 2nd and 13 for Southeast Polk. And Cole takes the snap. Throws it out to the left side, quick over there to Isaiah Wagner. And he gets back the loss at a little more, so brings up a 3rd and 9. Well, 8 we'll call it. Just about 8 yards, we'll say. And they send 2 receivers now to this side. Where Cole goes out looking for the deep man, cutting back. Now throws it out wide. Nice catch. And he's down for the first down is Dylan Travis. And now they're talking about it. Did he have the ball when he came down? The 2 officials are discussing it. Of course, Southeast Polk coaches here say yes, but now they're waving it off.
Yep, Shane Halligan made a nice play on the ball to knock it out before the wide receiver could come down with it.
They were discussed whether or not he brought it in time, and they're saying no, he didn't. So, a strange thing, we're going to have a punt, Joe. That's weird. The first quarter, 2 possessions, and we go to the second quarter. Now Southeast Polk forced to punt it here, and a big stop for the Dodger defense.
Yep, and head coach Matt Miller likes to see that from his defense, and Shane Halligan making that nice defensive play.
Looks like Tyler Schreier back deep to receive. Here's a punt. It's going to drop, and good bounce for Southeast Polk inside the 20. Now inside the 15. They'll let her roll all the way down to, the 12-yard line? So Matt West gets a good punt there. So Fort Dodge 1st and 10 at the 13 as they take over here with 10:18 to go in the first half, trailing 7-4. They got a field goal out of their first drive and forced the first punt here of the night. Back in is Drake Miller, the Fort Dodge quarterback, hands it off, and looking for room over there is Dason Clayton. And he gets a couple yards. Maybe just trying to pop it out, get a little more room there for him to work with.
Yep, and it's been a pretty good start here for Dason Clayton, running up the middle. That delayed handoff has only been stopped in the backfield once.
Second down and 9. We'll say he got 1 yard on that. Now Miller looks back to his running back, tells him what the play is. Play clock down to 5. They take the snap. Now hands it off. Looking for room on the left side. Turns the corner. 25. And, man, they let him break contain. Dason Clayton, Joe, and a good pickup there.
Yep, and we haven't seen him go to the outside with Clayton, and he showed a little bit of nice speed and vision to cut to the outside and get that corner and turn it upfield.
And patience, too. He waited for that line to kind of form and give him that edge. And now it's 1st and 10 here at their own 29 for Fort Dodge. Trips to the right, 1 receiver here to the left, and a single back in there for Miller. He rolls, wings the left-handed pass out there. Man, defensive back almost stepped in front of that.
Yeah, but he's throwing the ball very fast out there, which is makes it hard for both teams to catch.
Robillard was out there on coverage. Jacob Robillard for Southeast Polk, and that brings up a 2nd down and 10. For Miller and Fort Dodge. And there's a handoff and bouncing out of the tackle and up across the 30. Dason Clayton making something out of nothing there as it looked like he was going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage and popped out.
Up again, there's a nice vision and nice running to wait for that hole to develop and get through it.
And quick back up to the line. 3rd and 7 here for Fort Dodge as they bring in a couple more people. They'll send Dason Clayton out wide this time and empty the backfield. for Miller. 3 left, 3 right, 2 left for Drake Miller, the quarterback. Now Clayton comes in motion back across the formation, fakes the handoff to him, lobs it out deep up the right side. Jump ball intercepted. Intercepted by Southeast Polk.
Luke Weatherman found himself in the right position to catch that underthrown pass from Drake Miller. They saw they had one-on-one coverage on the outside there and decided to just throw it up. Unfortunately, that ball was a little bit underthrown for Miller, and again, Luke Weatherman was in the perfect position to get the interception.
One thing I am impressed with Miller is he makes a quick decision on where he's going to go with the ball, doesn't he? He turns and he fires. He doesn't wait, and that time you're right. He saw they had one-on-one out there, but it just not quite deep enough, and it brings up a 1st and 10 at the 35 for Southeast Polk. Hand off to the deep back, and he spins around and up through the hole is Williams. Well, picked up about 4 on first down. We'll call it 3. So, big turnover there to shut off what looked to be start of a promising drive for Fort Dodge. And now Southeast Polk gets it back with 8:21 to play here in the first half. They lead 7-3. Hand off Williams again. Bounces out. Turns it outside. Can he turn the corner? Gets a block. Now cuts it up. Spins through traffic. Up across the 50 pounds ahead. Flag down, though, behind him. So all that action, I think we might end up getting a holding or a bad block there. But what an effort by Gavin Williams.
Yep, and Gavin Williams showing his skills other than running up the middle. We've seen that from both running backs, Clayton and Williams here now, with elusiveness on the outside and good vision.
So it would have been a first down to about the 48 of Fort Dodge, but the flag is back at the 48, so they'll
get Stevenson for the block in the back. Stevenson, the 6'4", 250-pound lineman. That's a nasty block in the back.
So where the flag was, they're only going to lose a yard on the play, but they lose a first down and probably 15 on the run. But the way it works, they're still only second down and 8. So, the net, if you figure all that out, they lost probably 15 yards and a first down on it, but really still not in bad position. There's a handoff to Williams again, and he plows straight ahead, and he gets close to the first down. He's starting to find the gear here, isn't he?
Yep, and he was stopped there from the back from Austin Lee. Or do we have Montgomery on the carry?
Was that Montgomery?
Yeah, Devin.
Okay.
Yep, we had Devin Montgomery coming in to give Williams a little bit of a blow. So we've seen 3 running backs used for the Southeast Polk Rams tonight, besides their feature back Williams.
So here they go, 3rd and about 4. And now they hand it up the middle, and that's Williams there, and he's cut down before he could get up too much ahead of steam. Looked like he was heading for that first down line.
Carson Martin, the senior.
So 4th and 2 here. You're at your 43-yard line. I don't know. What do you think? Go for it here or?
Well, it looks like Cole is out there waiting, and he's going to receive the play. And so far, you look at those the linebacking unit from Fort Dodge has done a good job of containing Williams on that second level.
And they're trying to get him to jump here, looks like. Yeah. They came over. Now they're going to call timeout. So that was what that was about. They were just going to, you only need 3 yards, hopefully, to get him to jump, but they didn't. And, for Fort Dodge, they play those 4 linebackers. They play a 3-4.
Yep, but those 40s, the 41, Martin, Austin Lee, Halligan, and Egley have all showed up here in this first half, making a play. We saw Halligan make that stop on 4th down.
And that's something you don't see all the time in high school either, that 3-4 defense where you play the three. And a lot of that is because a lot of times you don't have the 4 linebackers. You have more of the big burly guys to put up on the line and play that, more guys up front.
Yeah, and they're the positions as we're watching them play have been interchangeable with their skill level, and they look to have a nice linebacking unit.
So we started out with first quarter, 2 drives, wound the clock down, and now we're into changing possessions here. We had a interception, and then, we had a punt and then an interception, and now looks like another punt here for Southeast Polk as Matt West gets ready to boot it. And
Schreier back.
Schreier back at his 20-yard line, waiting the West punt. Good snap, and just nice high spiraling punt drives him back. He'll fair catch it back about the 16, and that's where they'll take over here with 6:12 to play. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. So credit the Dodger defense. They didn't allow that turnover, Joe, to be turned into points for Southeast Polk.
Yep, and after allowing that big long drive, they didn't tire out and allow Southeast Polk to come back out for another one.
Of course, the big play was that penalty on the big run there by Williams. Quick pass out to the right by Fort Dodge and spinning around and pulled down out there. Was that Potratz? I think so.
That's Tyson Kershaw.
Or Kershaw. Yep, that was
Kershaw.
Kershaw.
In the flat.
Yep.
A gain of a couple.
Well, maybe 3 on that. Second down for Fort Dodge. They don't waste a lot of time. They get up quickly. Miller gives it off to Dason Clayton. This time the defense is right there and shuts him down before he can even make a move or one way or the other on it. And looks like Bo Ira, 6'3", 245-pound senior defensive lineman, in there to shut that down before it got started. It brings up 3rd down and about 8 at the 20-yard line for Fort Dodge. Miller drops back, looking, rolling to his left, lobs it out there, has a man, and it's knocked down at the last second. Recovery there by number 30, Luke Wortham.
Luke Worthman with the interception on the last play again. He comes back with another excellent defensive play.
He had Potratz out there, and again, he kind of put a little too much air under that, didn't he? But he had to get it out there.
And we saw Worthman played that ball perfectly because he did not see that up in the air. He made a great read on it, watching the wide receiver's eyes, and he got his hand up and tapped that ball away.
Dylan Travis and Jackson Snyder back deep here for Southeast Polk. And Southeast Polk takes their second time out. So let's take a break. We'll do that and be back after this.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet September.
First and 10 at the 28 for Southeast Polk. Fort Dodge 28. Handoff to Williams, left side, still going, driving ahead inside the 20. So going back to Gavin Williams again, Joe.
Yep, and he finds his way through the middle for 9 yards as Southeast Polk moves into the Dodger red zone here, threatening to go up 14-3.
Almost could go with the play action here. Fake the handoff to Williams and throw it, couldn't you? You got a 2nd and 1.
Yep, they've got that set up too.
Yeah, they got him behind there. We'll see what they do. Nope, they're just going to give a straight handoff. He gives a stiff arm, trying to turn the corner. Cuts it back inside, pulling toward the end zone, and is knocked out of bounds. And knocked out of bounds. The 8. Well, that's the Gavin Williams we've expected, isn't it? Just able
Yards
to.
after contact is the name of the game for Gavin Williams.
He can either power it ahead or he can tiptoe and move and change direction, and that's what he's doing here. Williams again in there. Scott Bell, the up back behind Josiah Cole. Hand off to Williams. He's hit. This time he's dropped. They didn't let him get up ahead of steam, and he might lose a little bit there. Maybe a yard back to the 9. Now that's the way to stop him. You got to get in there and get him before he gets moving.
Gavin Williams missed the backfield.
Yep.
When you get between it, it goes off.
Second and goal from the 9.
Second and goal to 9 for Southeast Polk. They'll send 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now they send Williams. Now they come back the other way on that inside screen and get it to Dylan Travis. And just too many bodies over there for Fort Dodge, Joe, to get through that.
Yep, and that's what happens down in the red zone like this. Sometimes you have to either spread the ball out or run it up the middle when the playbook is cut down.
Looked like they had Williams on that wheel route out of the backfield there that he might have been able to lob it over there to him, but he decided to go the other way with that play call. And that time, as you said, you compact that matchup there.
And as we see, there's 56 seconds left with a running clock. 3rd and 4 for the Rams. A stop here for Fort Dodge is key.
And he rolls out. Cole's going to try to cut it up himself. He does. Touchdown.
Cole with the quarterback keeper for his
4-yard TD run.
7th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
Yeah, for Cole, coming with 45 seconds to play here in the second quarter. And, big run by Cole and good decision-making by Cole there. Now they get set for the extra point. Logan Sunvold. And there's the snap. High snap brought down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. That makes it 14-3 here for Southeast Polk. And, Southeast Polk taking advantage there of the good field position, Joe, after that punt that wasn't really a very deep punt. And grinded in, and then that time Cole made a good decision on it.
Yep, and this is the lead that Southeast Polk wanted to have against Fort Dodge. I mean, it's not forcing them to throw the ball, but because that's their go-to anyway. But now it's going to force Drake Miller to maybe take a couple more chances, throw the ball up, maybe look for some interceptions from.
And it means that you got to get points every possession now, because you give the ball back to Southeast Polk, and they're going to grind it and work a lot of time off that clock. So we'll see if they try to squib it down here on the kickoff.
And that interception for Miller earlier in the game was only his 2nd of the year. So he takes care of the ball.
Yeah, for a guy who throws that much, he doesn't throw it. But we see what he does. He comes back and he throws it tight and hard quickly to the receiver, and there isn't a lot of margin for error there, the timing. This one's going to go deep, and they're just going to put it in the end zone. Sunvold is. And that'll bring it out to the 20 here with 45 seconds to play. We'll see if they go out run and gun. I'd have thought they might have just went empty backfield and tried to go downfield.
Yep, looks like they'll probably get one more playoff here as the clock's running under 30 seconds in this second quarter. Here
they come. 2nd down and 9. Miller. As we hit 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. They'll probably snap it. Well, I guess they're not gonna. They're just gonna be content to go in trailing 14-3 at halftime. A little surprised with that maybe, but I guess you don't want another turnover and have them build that lead, go in and make adjustments here, leading 14 or trailing 14-3 at half.
Yep, and a little bit of confusion from the down linemen there. They were ready to run something, kind of stayed in position there. The 4 down offensive lineman for the Dodgers.
So our halftime score, Southeast Polk leading Fort Dodge 14-3. We'll take a break, come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
New 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes. New 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month with 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records. Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September closeout. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Mr. Hometown Clothing Store, the one that had it all. Everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 18.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order
Schottenkirk Chevrolet September closeout, featuring up to 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. New 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes. New 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month with 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records. Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September closeout. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet September closeout, featuring up to 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. New 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes. New 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month with 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records. Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September closeout. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet September closeout, featuring up to 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. New 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes. New 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month with 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records. Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September closeout. Schottenkirk Chevy.
And back here at halftime, Southeast Polk leading Fort Dodge 14-3 in kind of a tale of two quarters right now, Joe, that first quarter, Southeast Polk drives it all the way down, scores a touchdown. Fort Dodge comes back, takes it down. They get stopped and get the field goal. That's the end of the first quarter. It looked like it's going to be a back and forth. Then kind of some turnovers, and Southeast Polk finally gets the ball at the, the 39? And able to drive it in and score here. So it's been a quick game, though, so far, really. You know, with all the action going. Looked like it's going to be back and forth to start with, but kind of flipped over for Southeast Polk.
Yep, for Southeast Polk, Luke Worthman had that big interception on one-on-one coverage of Miller, and then he came back on the next drive and made that nice third down defensive play at the cornerback position. Really two big plays for Southeast Polk that led to those punts that got him in that good position. Forced to stop. Now, Fort Dodge, they came out and they stopped Southeast Polk a couple times after that opening drive where, you know, Southeast Polk just rumbled right down the field and in 80 yards after getting the touchback, and it looked like, okay, this is going to be a long night for the Fort Dodge defense, but they adjusted, forced a couple stops. Miller maybe needs a little more on some of those deep throws. It looked like might have had a guy open a little sooner and get it off a little quicker. Maybe that might be there. Yep, and for Fort Dodge, their defense, strong linebacker play so far in the first half. Doing a good job on Williams. He's getting his yards up the middle, but they're still putting hits on him, and they've brought him down. They haven't allowed him to break out for that long run.
So it was 4:53 to play in the first quarter. It was Josiah Cole sneaking it in from 1 yard out. The kick by Sunvold was good, and that made it 7-0. Then the 33-yard field goal by Fort Dodge, Ben Nebel, made it 7-3. Then with 45 seconds to play here at the in the half, it was the 4-yard scramble by Cole. He rolled out looking for somebody to throw it to and then just ran it on in from 4 yards out for his second touchdown and made it 14-3. And you said, how many rushing touchdowns does he have on the season?
With the two adding into this game, he came in with 5 for Josiah Cole. So he's got 7 on the ground and only 1 through the air at the quarterback position.
And for Fort Dodge, some good things happening, not only passing, but Dason Clayton's had a pretty good first half with rushing the ball for them.
Yep, and it's safe to say Clayton is kind of matched Gavin Williams in running style. Two pretty similar running backs. Williams maybe a little bit bigger, just maybe a little bit more speed. But Clayton we've been impressed with his vision and his ability to not only run up the middle but get to the outside.
One of the big things that did end up hurting Southeast Polk here was that penalty where Gavin Williams had taken about a 16-yard gain. They had a block in the back behind him. That brought it back and made it third down, and they were unable to convert that third down play. And that was another one. They keep that drive going. Who knows what would have happened?
Yep, and if you have when you had Luke Stevenson, the big O linebacker, blocking downfield, that's kind of what you don't want as an O linebacker, to get a block in the back downfield when you're already on the offensive line to begin with. It just kind of means the running back has already made the second level. Why go for a block in the back then? It just brings the play back.
Well, we'll give you some of the other scores that we have here. Centennial over Marshalltown, 28-7 in the second quarter. About 2 minutes to go there. Dowling over Ankeny, 21-0 with 6 minutes left in the first half. Was the score there. The two other games you can see on CISN.TV there. So Centennial looking down the road to 5-0 here, and Dowling looking on to bounce back from that loss to Centennial. And so it's interesting here, and we talked about it. Centennial in this district here with Southeast Polk. So if Southeast Polk hangs on and goes on here, it's good for them because they need to, I think, do they play next week? Is that what we said on the schedule?
Southeast Polk versus Ankeny Centennial is October 5th. Nope, that's when Fort Dodge gets Centennial. They'll get Centennial at home. Southeast Polk will play Ankeny Centennial.
Where's
here. That? Yep, next week.
Next week. Okay, so So that'll be a big matchup here in early on in District 2 with both these teams, if it holds, coming in at 1-0 in the district. So we're at halftime. You see the band out there for Southeast Polk. We'll take another break, come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it.
Happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. It's kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your...
Back here at Southeast Polk, halftime score, Southeast Polk up 14-3. Darn Danielson, Joe Danielson here. And Joe, what's Coach, Fort Dodge coach, what's you think he's having to say to his team there in the halftime locker room? Not too far behind, but you can't afford to get too much farther here.
Well, yeah, it's 11 points is nothing for this team to come back from because they've got that big play scoring ability. I think that that early interception kind of threw off what Fort Dodge was trying to do there. Not used to really getting a turnover with Drake Miller only with an 11-2 touchdown to interception ratio. That kind of put a halt to their big drive there, going down what would have been a long drive for them to either score or get a field goal or touchdown.
Now they did, Southeast Polk won the toss, took the ball, so Fort Dodge will get it to start the second half. So I think they want to come out and execute, probably drive down and get that touchdown. Then you're only 4 points down.
Yep, and that might be why they opted to just run the clock off there at the end of that first half, as they knew they'd get the ball in the second half. No point in maybe throwing a Hail Mary or something, getting somebody injured, or running a play out too long and having something drastic happen for them.
Then for Southeast Polk, they got to think, hey, keep away from the penalties and mistakes. That's kind of what killed us. We've been driving the ball at these guys, taking it down, doing our game plan, grinding the clock down and scoring. But when you get those penalties and then you get yourself in a first and long or second and long or even third and long and you can't make that up, then that's, that really hurts you.
Yeah, we talked tempo too has been a big factor here in this game. Tempo has been a big factor here in this game, as we've seen, as we talked about earlier, opposites really statistically, with Southeast Polk getting a bulk of their yards and points over the ground in their first so far in this season, while Fort Dodge we've seen go through the air. And those contrasting styles have matched up. We've seen a little bit of a matching up, but Fort Dodge has gone to the run here tonight, and we we kind of do see some inflated statistics just because of that tempo, as they run a lot more plays than Southeast Polk does usually.
So we talked about an Ankeny Centennial leading Marshalltown in another District 2 matchup here tonight. So that would, if that holds, Ankeny would be 1-0 in the district. Marshalltown dropped to 0-1. Southeast Polk 1-0 in the district, and Fort Dodge dropped down to 0-1. And then Roosevelt played? Yeah, they played. Roosevelt played and lost last night to, I think, it's Sioux City West. So Sioux City West is 1-0 in the district, and Roosevelt. So 42-0. Okay, Valley at halftime is 42-0. Dowling's up 21-0. And so, yeah, but in this District 2, so, yeah, I remember, so the other game, Roosevelt lost.
So this is a big game for Southeast Polk here.
Southeast Polk to stay up there in the district is big for them here. Looking at some of the other districts, the way they match up when we're into district play, Ankeny and Dowling at 2-2 overall, but that would put them a leg up there ahead of Ankeny 28-0, and that would put Dowling up there, and then you got Des Moines, Hoover, Lincoln, Sioux City East, and Sioux City North in that district there in District 1. Over in District 3, that's Eastern Iowa District, with Cedar Falls coming in at 4-0. Cedar Rapids, Jefferson 0-4, Hempstead 1-3, Senior Dubuque 1-3, Prairie at 3-1, and Waterloo West at 3-1. Then another district here, District 6, Des Moines East is at 2-2, Indianola 4-0 coming in, Johnston at 3-1, Mason City 0-4, Ottumwa 1-3, and Waukee at 2-2. Now, Southeast Polk lost in a tight one, I think, wasn't it, to Indianola in that one of their losses here?
Fort Dodge, I believe.
Or was it Fort Dodge?
Lost 27-21 to Indianola.
Okay, so that was their only loss then,
yep,
right?
Their only loss of this season.
In that one, so. But and that was, of course, non-district, so it's going to be interesting to see how all this district plays out, and then how, as we talked about it, the RPI, and if I can get through my paperwork here again and find my RPI sheet, there it is. Coming into this, Fort Dodge, number 5 in the RPI, Centennial number 1, and then down at 25 was Southeast Polk. But a win tonight will move you up that ranking, and Fort Dodge would obviously drop down a little bit with the loss if this holds up the way it is right now. You see the dance team out there from Waukee on the field. Here we are at halftime, 14-3. Southeast Polk over Waukee on homecoming night.
Fort Dodge.
Or Fort Dodge, yeah. Fort Dodge. I don't know why I keep saying Waukee. I guess back over there, Waukee, Fort Dodge. And homecoming night here for Southeast Polk. But anyway, in a cool night here, and so far, I don't know if that's affected play at all. I see maybe some of the players have gloves on or a little more long sleeve shirts out there, but I don't know if that's impacted at all.
We did see 3 drops from the Fort Dodge wide receivers on their opening drive of the game. That could just be, it could be the temperature, or it could really just be dropping the ball.
So you see the band marching off there. Can we take one more break, and then we'll be back here? We'll do that, and then come back, and should be about ready to start the second half here with Southeast Polk leading 14-3. Fort Dodge will get the ball to start the second half here on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your...
Waukee Chevy. Find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevrolet September Closeout, featuring up to 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs, new 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes, new 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month. With 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records, Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September Closeout, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Here at Southeast Polk High School, halftime clock winding down. Both teams out warming up, getting ready to start the second half. Dar Danielson, Joe Danielson, Peter Tarpey up here. And if you see us, we're all dancing around because we got a very small booth up here with all our equipment, and it's been back and forth and somehow managing to get through that. And just about ready to get started the second half. So 2 minutes left. They put more time up on the clock. Okay, so we got a little bit more time left as the teams come out, and maybe a little bit longer halftime because of the homecoming festivities here tonight. And when we look at it next week, I believe it's Des Moines East at Waukee. Back at Waukee for next week's matchup here on CISN.TV. We'll also have Ankeny, I think, at Valley. We'll figure that out and get all the. But just be watching CISN.TV with all our crews as we move along. And also, a reminder for you coming up. It's 28-7 Centennial at the half. Paul Yeager just texted me on that, an update. Coming up in November, we'll have the girls' state volleyball tournament here on CISN.TV. We'll do quarterfinals and semifinals here on CISN.TV down in Cedar Rapids. And so follow your favorite volleyball team, whatever the class, you can follow it here. And so it's Urbandale at Valley. And it'll be East at Waukee next week. And, okay, I'm done talking. Do you got any more to add? The second half. I've been impressed, though, with Fort Dodge and their timing and everything. Haven't you, Joe, with Drake Miller and the way he runs this offense?
Yep, but it's not a normal high school offense that we usually see. It's a little bit more of a college style, less of that motion running back, less of the fake handoffs. They do like that delayed draw play to the running back, and that's worked a couple times.
And just enough to keep the defense honest a little bit, too, because we haven't seen them, do a lot of blitzing or anything or trying to get to Drake Miller because he does get the ball out so fast.
Yep, and that's kind of what Southeast Polk is their idea is just sitting. They've been playing a little bit of man coverage, a little bit of zone. They've been sitting back in the zone there, but again, Miller can really thread the needle on those throws, so the zone defense is a little bit of a problem.
And our other game will be Lincoln at Ankeny next week. So Urbandale at Valley, East at Waukee, and Lincoln at Ankeny is the lineup for next week as we're getting ready to kick it off here. Sunvold will kick it deep for Southeast Polk to Fort Dodge. And they're going to take it in the end zone, so they'll bring it out with the touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Fort Dodge. And they're trailing 14-3. Big drive for them, Joe, to get down and get some points on the board.
Yep, and this is a big first opening drive because we know why when Southeast Polk gets the ball back, they're going to look to put it on the ground and eat up more of that clock.
And that first half just went, 2 possessions. I can't remember the last time I've seen that in a high school game where you have just 2 possessions. And there's a run outside looking for room and pulled down behind the line of scrimmage.
Bryson Bell.
Yep. Loses 1. 2nd and 11 for Fort Dodge. Miller wings it out to the running back, and he's hit quickly. Dason Clayton, nowhere to go.
Yep, nice coverage and outside protection there for the Rams defense. Brady Lyons and Bo Ira were back there in the backfield.
I think that's the first time we've seen them swing a pass out to him, isn't it?
Yep, and you'd think with his running skills that it'd be a nice weapon out of the backfield.
So 3rd down and 12. Rolling right. Lefty throws it out there. Got a man up at the 25. Still going and knocked out of bounds on the far side.
Russell Potratz was wide open there. Yep.
So big pickup from the 20 all the way up to the 44. 24-yard pickup for the Dodgers, and now they're on the move. Trips left for Drake Miller. Dason Clayton, the back, in there with him. He rolls left, looking to throw, wings it across the middle, has Potratz again, and he's brought down. So it looks like they're clearing everybody deep, Joe, and throwing underneath.
Yep, and the O-line, that's really a lot less pressure on the Fort Dodge O-line because Miller, he'll move to one side or the other, and that really negates a pass rush with how fast he gets the ball out.
So 1st and 10, Fort Dodge. Down to the 44-yard line into Southeast Polk territory. Kershaw in motion across the formation. They throw it out to him quickly. He cuts it upfield inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line. So now starting to spread the ball around a little bit.
Yeah, what's that, 3 straight completions for Miller?
Yep. He put Kershaw in motion and then hit him out there on the right side. 2nd and 3 for Fort Dodge. They send Kershaw in motion again. They'll throw it back to him. Double pass coming down the sideline, but Southeast Polk read it well. Did he pick it off? Nope, drops it. But Southeast Polk not fooled by that at all.
Yeah, a little bit of jostling there between the cornerback and wide receiver. No call on the play.
And
Southeast Polk was ready for that one.
Scott Bell, I think, was back there, one of the defenders. So that brings
Jet Jorgensen for Southeast Polk,
Jorgensen,
number 1.
Okay. So 3rd down. Quick throw out and diving. Did he make the catch?
No.
Nope. They're going to say it's incomplete. So bring up a 4th down.
And Miller won't even move. He'll stay right out there.
So they've got Bice and Kershaw to this side. Potratz, one of the receivers on the far side. Miller with Dason Clayton. Drops back. Looks. He's under pressure. Throws it across. Knocked away. Poked away by Zach Strickland, I think. Or no, was it
Eli Reed?
Eli Reed. I'm having a hard time seeing those numbers out there. So, big stop for Southeast Polk's defense here.
Yep, a little bit of a risky play there for Fort Dodge. Now Southeast Polk gets the ball. And
1st and 10 at the 37.
We've got 9:30 left here in the 3rd quarter.
So we'll see how much of that 9:30 they run off the clock here on this possession as Josiah Cole brings him out. He goes under center, fakes it, looks across the field. Oh, just out of the reach there of Jace Christensen.
So Southeast Polk coming out with a little bit of a play action.
Well, a lot of coaches like to do that. You get the turnover and then go deep right away to try to hit them. One thing I noticed too about Cole, unlike Miller, Cole will come up under center, take the snap under center, where Miller is always back in the shotgun, and I haven't seen him, I don't think, come up under center once.
Well, Miller isn't looking to run the ball, whereas Cole is a very strong runner at the quarterback position.
Man comes in motion across the formation and hand it back off the other way, cutting over the left side, up 45-50, 45-40, and then down
Davion Montgomery out there with a nice run on the outside.
Yeah, Davion Montgomery into the ball game, and he gets a big pickup.
And he's a nice change of pace back there. When you got Williams, the big power back, Montgomery's got a little bit lower center of gravity, a little bit more speed on the outside.
So Montgomery takes it into Fort Dodge territory where it's 1st and 10 at the 39. Cole sends two receivers right. Has the tight end flip over to the right side. Drops back, hands it off to the deep back, and he just stumbles as he got through the line of scrimmage. And that's Montgomery again. And he'll come out of the ball game now. As James Simon comes in for him. Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7 for Southeast Polk. Mason Fairchild into the game, replacing Jace Christensen. So Southeast Polk using a lot of players here. They got some good depth.
Yep, nice backups at running back position and the wide receiver spot.
Hand off, and Matt in the backfield and ripped down. There's
that linebacker core, Carson Martin for the Dodgers.
Meets him right at the line of scrimmage and pulls him down, Simon. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 now for Southeast Polk. And looking to the sideline to get the play call in. Well, they got plenty of time. Play clock at 14. Game clock 7:40. And rolling here for Josiah Cole. Takes a snap, drops back. Throws it deep, has a man open! Caught! Touchdown! 39-yarder. Wagner on the catch, 39 yards.
And Cole took a big hit in there, stood in the pocket, and delivered a nice pass to Wagner, who was running free.
So 39-yard touchdown pass to Wagner. Sunvold on for the kick. It's good. And that makes it 21-3 for Southeast Polk. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff after this.
Your good health. Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health. Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology.
Back here after the 39-yard touchdown pass, and well, Joe Southeast Polk took a couple big strikes down the field, and the first one missed, but this one paid off, and here's the kickoff.
Yep.
And it's going to go in the end zone.
Yeah, looking to extend the lead here for Southeast Polk, and they did that up 21-3 now.
Smart strategy, I think, is you get ahead, then that forces them to try to every possession. They got to answer back now, so 21-3, Southeast Polk here. As they scored that one with 7:25 to play in the third quarter. Fort Dodge comes out now trailing by 18 here in the game. And a high snap, but handed off to Clayton. And boy, that the big defensive line up front is really not giving up much yardage now to Clayton in this second half, are they?
Yep, they've kind of bunkered down here for Southeast Polk, the Rams D.
Pickup of 1 there. They send Kershaw in motion. Then send him, hit the man out, and a quick out there, and he's at the sideline, and he's driven back immediately. He's going to get about 4 yards on the pickup. And it'll bring up third and around 5. Yep, ball up to the 25, so 3rd and 5. So another key conversion here needed for Fort Dodge, Joe.
Yep, the Fort Dodge quick passing game. Look for one of those quick slants over the middle or a quick out. See Miller rolls out to either his right or his left so he can get that left-handed throw.
Sends the receiver across the formation again, upfield. Looking, now throws, and he had 2 guys there, and there was this miscommunication. They had Potratz out there and also had Bryson Bell out there. And he threw it as they both made their cut, but it was in between them. One went one way, one went the other, and the ball went through the middle.
Yep, a little bit of miscommunication for both guys on the route there.
So that timing that had been pretty precise early on, not quite as good here. And looks like on 4th down, I think they're going to go for it. I guess they figure you got to score now to stay with it. So now Southeast Polk.
If you give the ball up here, if you don't make it, it's an automatic field goal for Southeast Polk. There's 3 more points, even if they don't gain any yards.
Maybe not automatic, but pretty close. Now they send a guy back deep late. They're unsure if maybe Miller might punt it himself or, Clayton will punt it. Bounces at the 50, and they get a good roll. So if the idea was to pull the guy up, they did it, and helps them out a little bit. They get it back to the 31. So now the defense has to go to work. And they also have to be aware of that deep ball, Joe.
Yep, and we could see that again here. Southeast Polk came out last time and threw that deep touchdown pass. They haven't had a lot of those this season. And right now, up in this game, could be a good time to run some of those plays that they're looking for, maybe on next week against Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah, because Cole was, you said, just 2 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions. So it's not been the greatest passing year for him. He's done more on the ground. He has 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, 1 passing.
Yep, a big game here for Cole.
So he'll bring him out with 6:03 to play in the 3rd. Handoff. Williams cutting it up, grinding ahead. And gets up to the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for Southeast Polk. Overcast night, kind of cool here tonight. At Southeast Polk. Josiah Cole brings him up. Hands off again. Williams spins it outside, up the sideline, across the 50, and knocked out of bounds in Dodger territory at the, looks like 49-yard line. They're going to mark him finally. Yep, move it back a little bit, but it is on the Dodger side of the 50.
Yep, and another strong run from Gavin Williams there as he broke into the second level.
This time they'll send 2 receivers each side. And lobs it out there in the flat. Almost broke through was Dylan Travis.
And that was a nice play we saw ran executed from Southeast Polk. A nice fake handoff to Williams after he had a nice 2 runs, gets the defense to commit. And then he throws a crisp out pass.
Down to the Dodger 39, 1st and 10 for Southeast Polk. They keep the clock moving. And keep the chains moving, too, here. in this third quarter, leading 21-3.
Yep, just under 5 minutes to go.
Goal handoff. Williams outside now, trying to break the last tackle there. Pulls him ahead for a little more. And
Austin Lee there for Fort Dodge wrapped him up around the ankles to slow him down.
But they're in that territory, picking up 4 or 5 yards a chunk on a run, Joe, and that's what you want on every play.
Yep, and even if Williams gets hit in his initial contact, he can usually get 3 to 4 yards afterwards.
Here they come again. Scott Bell is the up back there. Now they flip the tight end from the left to the right side and give it off to Williams. He's right in there, gets taken down short of the first down, but it'll be 3rd and short for them to convert and keep the drive going here on 3rd down. Botholt on the tackle. You see Brock Stiles coming in at the receiver spot. Or Southeast Polk. He's over on this right side with Dylan Travis. And looking up the middle, looking for room. Now tries a cut back outside, and I think if he kept his head down and going, he might have got the first down, but he tried to then get back outside, and he lost a little yardage there, so it's going to be 4th down.
Thorson with the stop for Fort Dodge. Looks like they're going to stay in.
It'll be about a 47-yard field goal, 46-yarder from that spot right there.
Looks for a run from Cole here. I think either up the middle or a bootleg out to that far side of the field on that. We're on the right hash here. He could look to go left. He's a good runner.
Well, I guess it's at the 32, so you had 7 for the snap. That'd be a 49-yarder if they tried it here. Yeah, we'll see. Now they're going to call a timeout and talk it over. So we'll take a break here while they talk it over and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
And we're back here. Southeast Polk on 4th down and about 4 is going to go for it. Handoff. Williams plows ahead, and it's going to be close. Very close here. And now they're signaling no, he didn't get there. It's going to be go over on downs to Fort Dodge.
So a big stop there from the Dodgers on 4th down.
And nothing really hurt, though. You still got them pushed back there. The thing about Southeast Polk now, just don't give up the big play and let them get a score and try to cut into this lead in a hurry, Joe.
Yep, and that's what Fort Dodge is going to look to do here. Look for a big play, try to score before the end of this 3rd quarter, going into the 4th quarter with
2:33 to go, yep.
Up and only 11-point deficit.
Ball right about 30. And there's a handoff. And trying to get outside and gets a little yardage before he's wrapped up. Brought down Clayton.
So still running the ball here, not abandoning the run for Fort Dodge.
Still trying to keep him a little honest there. Do they get back up to the line? And handoff again, and plowing ahead is Clayton up across the 35, so it'll be 3rd and 4. And now trips here down to the left. They wing it out quickly. There's flags flying all over the place, and now he's going backwards and going to be stopped in the backfield. So either way, depending on what this is, Southeast Polk might decline the penalty and just have him 4th down right back there. We'll see. Yeah, it's a penalty against Fort Dodge. Yep, they declined the penalty because it'll be 4th and long now with the stop way behind the line of scrimmage. Back to about the 25. So it makes it 4th and 15. And they're going to go for it here. And no choice, I guess.
Yep, might as well.
Unless they punt it again like they did before out of that formation.
I think that's what they're going to do here. Yep,
they're going to punt it. Hard to tell. That formation looks the same as their offensive formation. They get another roll down to about the 32, and that's where Southeast Polk took it the last time and threw that bomb and ended up with the big play. So this Southeast Polk defense has really shut them down after that first drive, Joe. They really haven't let them do a whole lot.
Yep, they've been shutting down the run game also, too, and we haven't seen a whole lot of variety with the handoffs from Fort Dodge out of the backfield. Once those drops and a couple of that miscommunications on those quick out routes failed, you know, that gets you to 3rd and long pretty quick.
So Josiah Cole will bring him out with 1:18 to play in the 3rd quarter, leading 21-3 here over Fort Dodge. Sends a man in motion, and he'll hand it off on that jet sweep coming around the corner and up and ridden out of bounds, but not before he gets up to the 45 is Jace Christensen. And you usually don't see the tight end coming in on the inside handoff. Usually it's one of your slots or your receivers, but that time they get the big tight end and let him rumble up the field. He's got some speed, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he got some speed, and again, yeah, you said it yourself. You're not really expecting the tight end to take the handoff like that, and that's why the play worked.
So they send Wagner here down at the bottom of your screen. And single back in the backfield will get the handoff. That's Montgomery. He dips in and then dips back, and now still going. Looked like he was going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Ends up getting a couple out of that. Well, maybe 3. After it looked like they had him going. He's got the good stop-and-go moves, doesn't he?
Yep, he was able to turn up field for a couple yards there after running horizontal.
So 2nd down, and we'll call it a long 7, maybe 8, as they send a man in motion. Now they'll throw it out, and he just kind of trying to throw that one away there. And now Centennial 42-7 with 3:12 to go in the 3rd quarter, leading over Marshalltown. And third and 7. Let's see what they dial up here. They pass or keep it on the ground. Looks like it might be a pass. Quick blitz up the middle. Cole runs out of it, now keeps going. And then is taken down. He stays inbounds, which is smart there. Keep that clock rolling. And it'll be short of the first down by... they're going to be a couple yards shy. We'll see what they do here. They might just... Third quarter winded down 21-3, so we'll take a break. We'll come back. It'll be fourth down for Southeast Polk, but they lead 21-3 here on CISN.TV.
Move it, move it. Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it. Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros.
We'll go to the fourth quarter here. Southeast Polk will have it on their own 45, about the 45, just shy of the 45, fourth down. And looks like they may go for it here against Fort Dodge as they lead 21-3. I guess it's the Dodger 45, inside the Dodger 45 as they flip it around here. And Fort Dodge scored a field goal in the first quarter, and that's all they've had now. Well, Cole keeps it himself, rolls out, and rolls out of bounds for the first down, and that's just a good play.
And we saw that play earlier down in the red zone for that second score of the game, just that quick bootleg, not even looking to pass, quarterback designed run out of the backfield.
Little fake in the middle to kind of freeze the defense and then just run around the end there.
Cole does a good job turning his body also on those rollouts. He turns his body and gets his speed going quick up the field.
So here comes Southeast Polk now up to the 42 of Fort Dodge. First and 10. Fourth quarter just underway. Handoff, inside handoff, and that's Christensen again. Jace Christensen rumbles up ahead.
Yep, the big 6'3" tight end. Another couple rushing attempts here for him tonight.
I played tight end, but they never let me come around and hand the ball off to me like that.
And it doesn't look like he has any attempts also earlier coming into this game, so this might be a new package for him.
Yeah, I don't see him. No stats on the stats there. Second down. And got a flag down. Somebody jumped maybe. We'll see. Really haven't met a lot of penalties in this game. Couple. False start on Southeast Polk. A big one, a block in the back, which killed the drive early for Southeast Polk. But otherwise, I haven't seen a lot of laundry on the field, but it's been pretty just straight ahead football here, Joe, for Southeast Polk anyway.
Yep, a lot of running clock when Southeast Polk has had the ball. Fort Dodge, a little bit of, with those incompleted passes they've been having, that'll stop the clock. But yeah, Fort Dodge, again, when we go back to that first drive of the game, it took about 7 minutes off the game clock. That is ideally what they want to do, and coach has got to have been happy with how they've sustained that.
So 2nd and 11 after the penalty. Hand off to Montgomery, but no, kept it. Fooled me there. I thought Montgomery had it. He burst through the line, but Cole kept it there. And, man.
Well, maybe they should have given it to him.
Yeah.
He went up untouched up the
way
middle.
he went up the middle like that. Wow. So it ended up being a 3-yard pickup. But, yeah, it looked like Montgomery had it and was on the way to the end zone. But the Dodgers obviously saw he didn't have the ball and stopped Cole there. And now.
Looks like Fort Dodge will take a timeout maybe.
Well, there's a question about something. Well, they're going to wind the clock, so whatever it was wasn't too serious, and they got it set. And this time Montgomery does get the handoff and is corralled right at the line of scrimmage and dropped.
Again, met by two of those four linebackers, those guys wearing the jerseys 40 through 44. And that Fort Dodge linebacking core has really played well here tonight, despite a little bit of the offensive struggles.
Yeah, they play that 3-4, and those four just kind of pick it, and man, one shoots to the hole and fills that gap quickly usually, don't they?
Yep. They've got them here at 4th and 8, so a stop for Fort Dodge. We'll give them another shot.
I think Schreier back deep to receive for the Dodgers. And the punt gets away. And it's going to bounce and roll down to the 5-yard line. Or the Dodgers will take it 95 yards away. 9:12 to play and trailing here, 21-3 in the fourth quarter.
Well, they came out running the ball last time on their first two plays of the game. Maybe that.
Well, yeah, and here if they have one of those quick strike plays they've been saving or one they worked on, this would be the place to get it. Of course, maybe they don't want to try something deep in their own.
Yeah, and then we already saw them try the pass to the wide
receiver. Yeah, the
receiver.
Double pass. They tried that, and Southeast Polk saw that coming. Now back at his own end zone, he'll wing it out and just high and hard and over the head over there from Miller.
Yeah, that's something we really haven't seen is Miller just throwing it high or inaccurate.
Yeah, he does get out quick. Maybe a little bit of frustration kind of showing up there for him. And one thing he does, well, left-hander gets it out quick. Second down and 10 at the 5. Resets his running back to the other side. Drops back. Now lobs it over, loops it over the top. Nice touch pass. And up across for the first down. So that was a nice little look there.
Yeah, the second catch of the game for Dason Clayton. Coming in, he's only got 10 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Coming into this game, and you think they might look to him out of the backfield a little bit more with Miller's quick arm and the threat of the other wide receivers out there.
That coverage has really been pretty good for Southeast Polk on those wide receivers. Dropping back, Miller looking, eludes the rush, now wings it out to the right side. Caught there, Russell Potratz, he slips a tackle and gets a pretty good gain up the right side. Potratz.
Yep, nice
will get the first down
after there from Potratz to catch the ball, turn, make a nice move, and then go upfield.
So they go from up to the 32, so from the 5 up to the 32 now on this drive as they're working it up the field. Drop back looking, two guys down, pressure now, and they come in late on him, and he still throws it, and it's short. Short hops it, couldn't get it back to Potratz, but well, Miller, 6'1", 205, he's not easy to bring down, is he?
Nope, and he can wait till the last second and still just
yeah, we saw in the first half where there it looked like he had two guys around him and going down, and he still passed it out of there. And have they sacked him tonight? I don't think they have they?
Nope, no sacks for either team tonight. And in fact, that's the only.
High snap. He handles it. Miller does, and then throws it and drop. And that play
the
just
flag on the play in the backfield there.
Yeah. And we'll see. It might have been some holding. Yeah, I was going to say sometimes when that snap goes wild and the linemen are trying to. Yeah, the ball and then the lineman when that snap and the quarterback takes a little too much time. They hold, but so. So they called that on Dalton Schmidt, the tackle for Fort Dodge. And they've done a pretty decent job, although it's one of those things where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that ball's out, Joe, for Fort Dodge. You don't have to hold your block real long.
Yep, and that's why they haven't really gotten any pressure either, because Miller will also move.
Now he wings it out left side as a man. Caught at the 50, down to the 40, 39-yard line.
Boy, that was a beautiful throw there from Miller.
Is that Potratz or trying to see the number over there? No.
Thomas Daniel looks like he caught it. Or well,
no, Bryson Bell, isn't it?
Yep, and even there you see he bobbled it, and that was a perfect pass. Hit him directly in the hands. It's still a bobble. And Miller's had a couple of those wide receiver drops tonight on nice passes.
Bryson Bell makes the catch.
They have a penalty. They call that penalty off.
Let's see. Something, what is that? Roughing the passer? Okay. Usually it's you do the hack on the arm for the roughing. So roughing the passer moves it up. So with 8:15 to play, Fort Dodge gets it down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 here. And a chance to cut into the lead for the Dodgers. Dropping back, lobs it out to the left side, right side, and drops it. Intended out there for Kershaw.
It's got to be the 6th drop of the night. Perfect pass.
Lays it right in there. Yeah, right in there over the defense. And
Miller's got to get a little frustrated here.
Now there's a case where he's got the long sleeves and gloves on, and don't know if that hampered things at all. But yeah, Miller's just pinpoint passing in there. Receivers couldn't handle it. So brings up 2nd down and 10 at the 25. Miller back, wings it to the left side, caught. This time he hangs on and is ripped down. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Fort Dodge. Schreier with the catch. Straight back again, looking. Now he'll run to the 10 and hammer it out of bounds. And that was close to being a flag for a little too rough on the far sideline. But that was a smart decision by Miller. He kept that alive and got the 1st down.
Yep, didn't force the ball in the red zone. Don't want to commit a red zone turnover late in the game here, and would have run the ball, get out of bounds, and stop the clock. So a fresh set of downs at the 10.
Down to this.
Or was that at the
8-yard line? They're calling it. 1st and goal at the 8 for the Dodgers. Hands it off and driving down just to the 5, pickup of 3 is Dason Clayton for Fort Dodge. Now the clock is running. There's still a little over 7 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and goal at the 5. Miller. Snap, lobs it over left side. Touchdown!
Yep, a nice back shoulder throw there. Perfectly executed.
Tyson Kershaw with the catch for Fort Dodge.
And that's where that fastball from Miller comes in handy.
Yeah, man.
On that back shoulder throw. We'll see if Fort Dodge lines up to kick it here or. Yep, they'll line up and shift, which worked for Southeast Polk. They got a offsides call on Fort Dodge in the 1st quarter, but other than that, it's a bit of a strange strategy to line up on one side just to, again, kick the field goal.
Sunvold boots it, and it's good.
Ben Neville's PAT is good.
Or excuse me, Neville. 21 to 10.
And that drive was the one that they were looking for on the second play of the game there when Miller threw the interception. If they had looked to get a longer drive like that earlier in the game, this would be a much closer ball game right now.
So 6:54 to go, 21-10. Do you onside it here, or do you try to kick it deep and hope you can hold them and get it turned over again?
Well, we've seen them punt from deep in their own territory, so they're not. They don't think this game is completely out of reach for Fort Dodge, so it really could go anyway. We'll see how Southeast Polk lines up. Looks like they're going to line up with their
everybody up.
Formation. The hands
Anticipating
formation is out with wide receivers out there. Looks like we've got
anticipating a possible onside kick. And
Jay Combs, Dylan Travis out there, Isaiah Wagner, the big hands team, the tall guys out there for Southeast Polk. Yep. And Neville looks like he's going to go for the onside.
Chopper bounces. If Fort Dodge get on it, still go on, still lose. Who has it? Fort Dodge jumping up and down like they do have it. We'll see what the official says. That thing's kind of scrambled around over there.
Fort Dodge recovered it.
Yep, Fort Dodge gets it.
And that was an excellent onside kick from Neville.
Worked perfectly, just exactly the same way the one from Valley went against Waukee. Kind of dribbled over, and they dove on it.
They put
about 11 yards, and then it kind of popped back, and they're able to get on it. So that'll be – because if they'd recovered it there, that wouldn't have been 10 yards.
Well,
but it went – the cannon was touched and then came back. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 47 for Fort Dodge.
And Fort Dodge with some life over here on their sidelines, too. They were hyped, recovering that onside kick right in front of their team.
6:49 to play here. Fort Dodge dropping back. Miller throws it, and it's incomplete. And the fans here want holding on the Fort Dodge line.
And there's no need to hold. The ball's already out before they could ever get a chance to hold.
Well, that time he did a couple more seconds. He waited and then hit that underneath guy, but, yeah. Oh, they got that. I didn't see the flag there, but they called interference.
So another
big
penalty.
That's a big penalty there.
First, the pass interference on the last scoring drive for the Dodgers, and now, well, the roughing the passer, now the pass interference. And it's been a pretty clean game penalty-wise for the Dodgers here in this second half, while Southeast Polk has kind of been a victim to these long drive killers or drive extenders.
So here we go. Fort Dodge. Miller lobs it deep to the end zone.
Dropped.
No. It was there, just couldn't come down with it. But a beautiful throw once again. And hard touch, yeah, good defensive play too, Joe.
Yep, good defensive play. Again, though, when you're in the end zone in the fourth quarter, you got to bring
pull that
ball
in
down.
and hug it down. Yep, but easy to say, too, when the defender's all over you. But, my goodness, Miller.
He had both defenders beat.
And Miller put it on the line, yep. So here we go, second down. The 38. This one throws, dropped again.
That's
quick out there.
It's getting up close to double-digit drops for the wide receivers this game, and that's just something that...
Well, and I know he's slinging the ball hard and it's cold out there, but, man, like you say...
These guys practice every day, and they practice, and they know he's got a cannon.
They know how he throws it, yeah. They know he's firing fastballs every time. So here we go. Third down for Fort Dodge. Fakes the handoff. Rolls under pressure. They send somebody. Throws it downfield. Caught at the 2-yard line. What a catch that time.
Yep, and that's his running back, Dason Clayton.
Clayton goes downfield.
And again, a good vertical lead from Clayton there to jump up over the DB.
First and goal at the 3 for Fort Dodge. They come up. Miller. We'll see if he hands it off here. He does, diving through the middle, touchdown! Jason Clayton, 3 yards out.
Up, and this is what we talked about deep in that third, at the end of that third quarter with a minute left. Fort Dodge needed a little bit of momentum. They got it, and there's the big play offense has now got, after pending the extra point, 14 points in the beginning of this fourth quarter after being held relatively quiet for the first 3.
Big extra point here.
Looks like they're going for 2.
They're going to go for 2. Looking, throws it high over the top. So it'll be 21-16.
The idea there to bring the lead down to only 3, a field goal lead. But suddenly this game has just gotten a whole lot closer.
Yeah. Okay, now the onside again. Or do you kick it deep since you got a little time? Let's see, we got 6:12 to go. This time if you hold them back deep. And we'll see what they do. As Fort Dodge in the huddle over there on the far side, talking it over what they're going to do. We'll see if they try. They had a successful onside kick after their last score and have scored 13 points here. Missed the conversion. So we're at 21-16. And we'll tee it up here. We'll see what Ben Nebel does. Is he going to kick it deep? We'll go for the onside. Looks like they might be, I don't know what they might be doing. Let's see. Oh, he's going to try a little looper and a fair catch. Fumbled, but I think Southeast Polk is on it. Wow, Christensen going back, calling for the fair catch and fumbled it, but I think Southeast Polk got back on it. That was almost disaster.
Yep, and that's another one of those strange kicking plays that's not, you don't practice.
Yeah, no, and you get the looper over there and a guy who's not used to fielding those kicks, but so Southeast Polk.
Some good kicking from Ben Nebel here. We just saw that onside, and then a little bit of whatever the misdirection play was, if they meant to do that.
So it's 49-7 the final. Centennial over Marshalltown here in District 2. So Centennial has a 1-0 lead in the oh, they said there was an inadvertent whistle. They're going to replay it.
And the Southeast Polk coaches are not too happy over there on the sideline.
Now, I understand there's some talk about some inadvertent whistle in that Waukee Valley game last week, Joe, because the Waukee players stood there. I don't know what happened, but there's a little talk that that's what happened on that kick because the Waukee players stood there. Valley got it. Now, I don't know. They didn't. We didn't go to the video replay on that one. But anyway, so that is odd. We're going to see another kick here. Last time he tried to loop it into the dead spot back here, and Southeast Polk did get it, but so they kept the clock at 6:12, so no time has run off. So we're going to try it all over again here with.
Looks like Nebel's going to go for the onside.
Nebel, yeah, looks like he might try another onside. Let's see if he finds it here in that little dead spot back about the 25 again. We'll see what he does. Well, this game, what was going fast, has suddenly slowed down a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Here's Nebel on the run-up. Now, and he's going to boot it deep. Switch everybody up. Caught back there.
Comes Williams.
25, he's got some room. 30, Williams, 35, and so that's going to be up about to where it was anyway, off after the recovery of the onside kick, but good presence by Williams just to take it and move it up. So that took a whole of 9 seconds, and so we'll see. Southeast Polk will take over with 6:03 to go.
And we
at the
talked
39,
about that,
Southeast Polk.
Yep, and we talked about that linebacking core for Fort Dodge coming up with the 2 big stops really on Southeast Polk's last 2 possessions. Those possessions that would have taken a lot of time off the clock had they not held them to 4th down. Fort Dodge here again, the defense has got to step up.
And the Dodgers do it again. Man in motion. Handoff Williams. Williams finds a hole. 50, 40, 30. Cuts it back inside down to the 25-yard line. Gavin Williams cuts to the defense. That may be a case where the defenders were cheating up a little bit, Joe, trying to get that stop, and Williams busts through, and he was at that second level in a hurry.
Yep, and that's the longest run of the night there for Williams downfield. And the clock will run. Southeast Polk will take their time here, knocking on the door of the Dodger red zone.
39 to the 25, so that would be a 36-yard run for Williams. 1st and 10 at the 25. Hand off to Gavin Williams. He'll just plow into the middle of the line here. And a field goal would up it to an 8-point lead, which, you know, of course they want to score a touchdown, but if Fort Dodge could hold them to that field goal, then they still got a chance to go down to score and get the 2-point conversion. But we'll see. There's a lot to happen there. He picked up a yard, 2nd and 9 at the 24. Southeast Polk with the ball, under 5 minutes now to play. 4:56 and counting here in the 4th quarter. They lead. Quick pass out over the head, and I think that ball was live, and it goes out of bounds over there. We'll see. Was it forward or not? They're going to go over and talk about that. And I don't think it was. It was a backward pass, so it's going to go out of bounds. So double positive for Fort Dodge. It goes out of bounds, stops the clock, and they lose yardage, Joe.
Yep, and that's another kind of a hectic play there. Just taking a page out of Fort Dodge's book with the quick out, a little bit of a wide receiver screen.
But they got pressure in on Fort Dodge did and kind of disrupted the throw a little bit. So 3rd down here for Southeast Polk and long. Cole dropping back, looking, throws left. And what a catch! Did he get it? Touchdown, Dylan Travis! He had good coverage, but he caught it and came down in the end zone with it, 31 yards.
Yep, one-on-one coverage out to the left, and Travis made the inside move, got inside positioning, and used that body to make the nice catch. Oh, the play's coming back.
Oh, offensive interference.
55.
Whoa.
That's Luke Stevenson again with another big penalty to bring back.
So they wave off the touchdown, and that's 15 yards tacked onto that.
And Fort Dodge senses a little bit of life there.
Oh, man.
After they just gave up the big touchdown.
And that was, I think it was Jason Potratz back on coverage, number 2 back there. He had pretty good coverage on him, and then there was the push-off. So 3rd down and 21, the ball on the 38. Spinning out is Cole, gets his man up there and knocked out of bounds is Travis. So they pick up a big chunk of that. It'll be 4th down and still long. Cole hits Dylan Travis.
It'll be 3rd down. 4th?
Yeah, that'll be 4th down, right?
Cole will be out there to hold for the field goal.
So they can try a field goal here. Logan Sunvold will try one to try to make it an 8-point lead. Here we go. Snap. Blocked! Blocked, it's free! Fort Dodge picks it up, they're going the other way! Tackled at the 49! Whoa! That was Mason Botholt, who I think came up with it. I don't know if he blocked it, but wow. That was just the Dodgers poured through that line, Joe.
Yep, again, you saw those linebackers. It's hard to just pinpoint one of them because you see three players that are, 40, 41, 42. That's Martin, Lee, Halligan. They're all over the ball, rushing in.
Now Fort Dodge 51 yards away with 4 minutes to play, a chance to take the lead here, 21-16. Touchdown and extra point. Well, touchdown puts them up by 1, an extra point up by 2. And here we go. Miller drops back, looking for the go route, now jumps it off short to his running back, and he's knocked out of bounds.
A smart play by Miller there. He wanted the deep ball, but he went through his progression, saw his number 1 receiver was covered and dumped down to
Clayton, his safety valve.
And we talked about how Clayton has not had a lot of passes caught out of the backfield.
Clayton catches it, gets out of bounds, so it's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Handoff, and there's a flag coming in. They're going to get the holding call that the crowd has been calling for, I think, now. So we talked about it. Penalties big. They were big on that last drive for Southeast Polk as it sent them back, and now penalty going to be called here on Fort Dodge, holding, which will send them back. Although with this long strike offense they have, we'll see. Got to bring the ball back to the Southeast Polk 47. And bring up first down. And 20. The Southeast Polk crowd here not happy. Miller drops back, looks. Now he'll run up the middle. Got a lot of room. And he slides down as he crosses the 40. They're going to mark it right at the 40. So he picks up a little chunk of that. Bring up second and about 14.
And 3 timeouts left for the Dodgers as the clock rolls down to 3 minutes in the 4th quarter here.
To mark him all the way back to the 41 on the slide. 2nd down and 15. Drops back, looking. Throws across the middle and behind the receiver there, Kershaw.
Just underthrown. Kershaw was wide open there, running through the middle.
He was coming across left to right, and he just threw it behind him there. So 3rd down and 15. That stops the clock with 3:02 to play here. Fort Dodge trailing 21-16. Southeast Polk fans on their feet on homecoming night trying to get their Rams to hang on. Throws it out there, has a man, and he slides up and is knocked out of bounds. Bryson Bell, I believe, on the catch. And I'm trying to see where they're marking that. Is it close to the first down? Yeah, very close. It's going to be 4th and short here. Well, this could come down to one play. We're going to see. Timeout called Fort Dodge. They want to talk it over. We'll have a 4th down here to try to keep the drive alive on CISN.TV.
Service. There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed.
Here we go. This could be the play that decides the ball game. 4th down for Fort Dodge. They need to punt this, right? You can't, you just want a good deep punt, and then you got to, the defense has been playing pretty well for Southeast Polk.
Yep, Fort Dodge just has now called their last time out here to stop Southeast Polk from running all the time off on this punt and then taking a penalty.
with a minute 58 to go.
Again, though, I think Fort Dodge calls that timeout because of their pass offense. You know, they can
they can
ball,
get it and
if the incompletion stops the clock, they won't really need that many timeouts because they're not going to be running.
Yeah, so they'll punt it deep, and Kershaw is back deep, or Schreier, excuse me, back deep for
a big punt
Fort
here.
Dodge.
It's important to get a lot of yards on this one.
And it's a lot of wobbler. Doesn't go very far. Bounces at the 50, and it's going to roll down at the 46.
That's a pretty favorable field position for Fort Dodge here with a minute and 47 left. No timeouts, about half the field to go.
Well, they had a chance before, and now it was at the 47-yard line. Now first and 10 at their own 46.
About 55 yards to the end zone.
And 147 to get there, so they don't have to go deep. This one lobbed out and caught, and then he steps out of bounds. So pick up about 3. Drake Miller to Schreier on the catch. Good thing about that was it stopped the clock. Minute 40 to play. Southeast Polk trying to hang on. Miller drops back. Pressure. Steps up. Throws it out. It's caught. He's going to have the first down, I think, which will stop the clock. It does. Bryson Bell catches it. That'll stop the clock while they reset it here. Minute 31 to play. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Southeast Polk defense is scrambling a little bit here as Fort Dodge is set up.
Miller dropping, looking, under pressure, rolling back left. Throws it out there, has a man out for around the first down yardage. They do stop him short. And the clock will still roll, but there's plenty of time. 106 and rolling here. It'll bring up second down and about 1 for Fort Dodge. Ball at the 34. Miller looks, now throws it across, diving. Oh, and a collision there. Both players are down. Oh, my goodness. Both going low for that ball, and they're both on the turf. And 48 seconds to go. Out there, 2 players down as they ran into each other. Good clean play. They were just both diving for the ball and ran into each other. Let's take a timeout. We'll do that and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet.
29.
When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's...
So Schreier gets up for Fort Dodge, and it was Daniel Hackbarth for Southeast Polk. Both going for that pass. It's incomplete. So it's third down and 11. Or excuse me, third and 2 at the 34 for Fort Dodge. And they'll hand it off across up for the first down inside the 30, and that time stops the clock. That was a good play.
Yep, a nice running back draw up the middle.
42 seconds to play. Fort Dodge trailing here. 21-16. Miller dropping back. Throws it to the corner, and it's going to be short, and dropped, almost picked off out there, but it's dropped.
Again, that's number 30 for the Rams.
Luke Worthman,
who had the interception and the big defensive stop earlier in the game, just drops that game-sealing pick.
So 33 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 at the 30 for Fort Dodge. Miller looking, lobs it up, caught at the 10, knocked out of bounds. Holy cow. Man, and the pressuring in there was Tanner Van Elsen, and fans were calling for holding, but I think they were just pushing him there. And so it'll be first and goal at the 9.
23 seconds remaining
for Fort Dodge. Trying to take the lead here. Their first lead of the ball game. Dropping back, Miller wings it out and incomplete.
Tipped at the line of scrimmage. Yep. They were looking for that back shoulder throw again, what they scored on.
We'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 9 with 9 seconds to go.
So they lost. That last play took them 12, 13 seconds.
Here we go. Miller takes a snap, looks, throws to the side over the head of the receiver. Through his hands, stops the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They ran the exact
same play. Yep. Same thing again.
Well, this next play will be it.
3rd and goal at the 9, unless it's a real quick, but I don't know, 5 seconds. No, probably not. This is a ball game, folks. 3rd and 9. 3rd and goal at the 9. 5 seconds to play. Fort Dodge with the ball. Here's Miller. Drops back. Looking. Throws.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Fort Dodge. No time on the clock.
And they're mobbing the field in the end zone. The Dodgers are going wild.
Trying to see who caught that. Did you see? Let's see who gets up off the bottom of the pile there.
Could have been Bryson Bell. I believe it was a one-syllable.
I think it was. Whoa.
Bryson Bell, I believe, with the quick slant across the middle and a great throw there from Williams.
22-21, a 9-yard pass. And Fort Dodge defeats Southeast Polk. Whoa.
Well, they really came in and stole one here. And then what was a really 3 quarters of just no offense.
No offense, yeah.
Couldn't get anything going. We saw really 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter is when their offense just came alive with that long touchdown run.
And then the onside kick kind of ignited them, Joe, and everything kind of went the other way. And then still, right down to the final seconds, there were 5 seconds on the clock. They throw it to the end zone and get the touchdown pass, a 9-yarder to Bryson Bell. And they end up winning 22-21. Wow. And they go to 1-0 in district play, and Southeast Polk drops to 0-1.
And that's huge, huge for them with the RPI moving up to 4-1. A big division win for Southeast Polk, and boy, they really pulled this one out of nowhere.
So Southeast Polk scored first on their opening drive, 7-0. Fort Dodge answered on their opening drive with a field goal that made it 7-3. Then Southeast Polk got a run by Cole. Cole had that first 1-yard run, and that made it 14-3 with the extra point. Then a pass again by Southeast Polk to Isaiah Wagner, 39-yarder, 21-3 it was. And then Clayton got the run, made it 21-16, and then I'm trying to get Kershaw, took the pass, 5-yard pass. Wait, no, Kershaw got the pass, 21-10, then the run by Clayton made it 21-16, then finally, was it 3rd and goal or 4th and goal? 3rd and goal at the 9 with 5 seconds to play, the pass into the end zone, and Southeast Polk falls to Fort Dodge 22-21. Wow.
Yep, Fort Dodge erases that 18-point lead from Southeast Polk with strong defense. They did never give up there. That linebacking group from Fort Dodge, down 21-3 at the beginning of the 4th quarter, came up with 2 big stops on 4th down, and then the special teams unit had a nice onside kick.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it here tonight. The Dodgers will move to 4-1, and Southeast Polk falls to 1-4 on the season. And Fort Dodge goes to 1-0 in District 2. Southeast Polk falls to 0-1. For Joe Danielson and Peter Tarpey, that's going to wrap it up here at Southeast Polk on CISN.TV.
A September closeout featuring up to 25% off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs, new 18 Trax LT, $179 per month through the end of the month in Waukee. Get up to $10,000 off select new 18 Suburban and Tahoes, new 2019 Equinox LT, $199 per month with 12 going on 13 years of year-over-year sales records. Schottenkirk knows how to sell Chevys. The September closeout. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads.
/Iowa. Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.